Hey, welcome to ConCarolinas Television. I am Bronner, and I am sad to say that Ray will not be here yet again. She has forsaken us. It's truly because she's an angel and she can't really appear on a villain episode. But if you can believe that, I've got some swampland that I'd like to sell you for very cheap. But diagonally, sitting below me diagonally, is her replacement for the night, and her name is
Hi, they call me Frenchie.
Frenchie. Welcome. And then we have the fabulous Nick. You guys have seen him before if you've joined our podcast. He's been on our two most successful episodes thus far. And we've done, I think this is our episode 30 or somewhere in there. Um, but Nick Barone, he's been with us before, so we welcome you back, Nick. Thanks for
I am
coming.
so happy to be here.
And he's brought a friend.
I did.
No.
Tell us who you are and why you're here.
Hi, my name is Seth. I'm the friend, I guess. Um, I work with Nick on Vanguard LARP as a storyteller there, and I just I love villains. I think they're often the most interesting part of the story. So, then when he told me about this discussion, I was like, yes.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, and welcome to the show. Even though you're a Wergin, um, but that's okay. We like Wergins. We love the hat. We love everything about what's going on. You don't know what a Wergin is? It's
No.
it's German for virgin.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh,
I had no idea what you're talking about. It's
That's
like, should I be
okay,
insulted right now?
right?
it's like a werewolf thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. I wouldn't mind that.
Right? Who would? But you definitely have a voice for radio. I mean, I'm sure you've been told that before. But so does Nick. Everyone's like, "Hello, I'm over here talking." So I gotta like kind of try to compete with your soothing, suave voices. And we welcome everyone from chat. Hey, everybody, how's it going? I see some people in there. I see Mom. Hey, Mom. Yes,
Hi,
yes.
Mom.
It's not really my mother, but it's my
Right.
wife's mother.
Spiritually.
So she's here, my mother-in-law, and among other people. So hi everybody, welcome. There's a Vanguard person because they're like, hey, Vanguard rules.
That's true.
I made
Vanguard
it.
represent.
It's
Woo!
Not wrong. So
who is it? Nymph Paladin. Do we know who that is?
It could be
I
a
mean,
lot
it
of
could be
people.
a few people. Yeah.
Nymph, huh?
I don't know what that is. So, all right. So anyway, so today's topic in on ConCarolinas Television is going to be about villains, and I've always wanted to be one. In fact, many people probably could attest to the fact that I am one. I'm not a nice guy. I'm not jovial or Santa Claus like in any way. Um,
Should I go? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Get out.
Run for your
but
lives.
but there are people here that are very nice that will give good balance to the Shannon's not one of them, but the other people might be nice enough to give balance to us. But yeah, villains, that's where we're at. So everyone, I mean, this is feel free to just chime in, jump in whenever you want. We're talking about our favorite villains, villains we hate, villains that we love to hate. Like we're just gonna run the whole gambit of it. Um, who's your favorite villain, Shannon? I got to stop looking at her. She's right next to me. But Shannon, who's your favorite villain?
Depends.
Okay,
Oh,
on.
Well, if we're gonna go all encompassing, I'm gonna go with Tim Curry, greatest
just,
villain ever.
just the actor.
Wait.
Name a movie that he's not been a villain in.
Well, you know, he was kind of typecast a little bit.
Yeah.
Name a movie he was not a villain in.
Name a movie he wasn't a villain in. I can't
I mean,
even
was he
tell.
really the villain in Clue, except for obviously also being a villain in Clue? But
I guess it depends on which ending
He
you
wasn't
watch.
obviously the villain.
Depending on the ending.
It depends on which ending you watch, but
God, there
he's still a
there
villain.
has to be a
So-
movie he wasn't a.
Home Alone 2, for most of it, he was just the guy doing his job.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
then he did like go into an apartment where a kid was at without
Right.
consent. Like that
He
was
went into
weird.
a hotel
Right, that was
room
a
without
that was a little.
permission to specifically catch this child.
Yeah.
So was
Tell it
Pennywise your favorite villain of his, or what was your favorite villain of his?
Frankenfurter.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Obviously,
that is-
talking to this one.
Oh, and Darkness. And Pennywise.
Super good villain. All right, Nick, you're up. Who's your favorite villain or villains or?
That's so rough. So I knew
hard
this was
one.
going to be a question. I knew you were going to ask that before.
Obvious question.
I was trying to prepare, and I'm running down the gamut. I'm like Darth Vader, Thanos, the Joker. You know, they're all fantastic villains. I'm gonna go with Thanos for the reason being the villain of like a multi-movie franchise and having that actually like they stuck the landing with it is just uncanny. Like the potential for that to fail. The dude was teased for 21 movies or whatever, and then he showed up on screen and was fantastic. Like that is a miracle. That is an act of God. So I'm gonna go with Thanos.
And he had balls on his chin. Like, I mean that's
Right?
that's
That's
an
the
interesting anecdote.
takeaway.
I mean,
That is
Yeah,
what
like,
you should learn from that
little skin.
performance.
that is the
Balls.
takeaway. He had balls as a chin. That's what I took away from Thanos.
That would make anyone
know?
a villain.
And I do have a Thanos. What is it called? The Gauntlet, the Infinity
Oh, yeah,
Gauntlet.
the
Is that what
Infinity
it?
Gauntlet?
If that's is that what that's called?
A thingy.
But
that
I
goes
have a
like
cookie
this.
jar that's an Infinity Gauntlet, so I'm Team Thanos.
And I mean I have reasons as for why. Like he's a multi-layered character. You
Just
can
wanted to make
even
a
if you
better
don't
world.
agree with what he's trying to do, you can kind of understand his point of
Yeah.
view. I think those are kind of the best villains. It's sort of like the Magneto principle, where like you can see where a villain's coming from. Those just always make for more interesting characters.
Right.
Killmonger, yeah.
Mhm.
Ray says that Thanos wasn't a villain. He just wanted to make a better world.
He was misunderstood. Yeah.
He-
He
misunderstood.
definitely committed the ultimate genocide. So
Yeah.
It's a little
That's it.
planetary size
That's it right there.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag.
Hey, Calvino. Yeah, that's a little bit like
I don't have any
sus.
cookies right now. Maybe later. I ate them all.
All right. So, Seth, what do you got for us?
This is a hard one, man. Like we talking about just cinema, we talking about TV, we just all over the place. Any villain. Any
Just-
villain. Oh God,
yeah, what you
that's so
got?
hard, man. I reserve the right to change this at any time.
At
but
any time.
My gut says Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
Roy Batty. Was that Rutger Hauer's character?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Rutger Hauer's character. So his crime was wanting to live. Like we can fully understand, like Nick said, you know, we can understand his motivations. We can understand where he's coming from. It's the duality there, like something that we all want, but the means he's willing to go through to get it that makes it so that it's something that we can't connect to. And I think that's where villains really become compelling.
Calvino
And-
agrees.
Yeah, so I like that death scene. Oh my God, that's one of the all-time ultimate film scenes in my mind. That's that speech he gives right before in the rain.
Crazy. The rain.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep, beautiful.
so good. Yeah, Ridley Scott nailed
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
And which
like, knocked
he
it right out
would
of the
not
park.
have if Rutger Hauer hadn't fixed the damn thing in filming.
Right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So,
Yes, you would have to get you would have to subscribe to get rid of the ads. Sorry.
she's talking to the chat people.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want an ad-free
It's hard
experience,
to-
just subscribe to the show
It's
or
honestly-
subscribe to one of the things.
Advertising, the real villain.
Yeah, that's true.
Boom.
Capitalism.
There it is, right there.
My favorite, my worst villain is Jeffrey Bezos. Come at me, chat.
Ronald
Yeah.
Reagan.
No, Jif Peanut Butter is the best villain ever. Come on. All right, so my villain happens to be, and you're going to be surprised, it's not a bat villain, because I mean, although I love Bane, I got a special place in my heart for him, because he broke the bat. But I love Darth Vader. I mean, I'm part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take me away. I mean, who doesn't love him? I mean, it's just amazing. Just the power and the presence that he has. I mean, he just blows like Voldemort and all those other whacks out of the water. He's my favorite. Is there any favorites in the chat that want to chime in at this point? You can just let us know if there are. What do you think is the best thing that a villain can do that actually makes you hate them? I mean, what is like the ultimate thing that they can do that just crosses the line for you? Besides
Dolores.
walking into apartments with young children, I mean that's an obvious thing.
Yeah.
Dolores Umbridge. Because everyone
Umbridge
knows
is.
one.
I'll be honest. Umbridge is not a compelling villain to me. I don't like
You
her.
don't dislike her?
I dislike her, but it's the only emotion I have for her. Like, she's cartoonishly evil, and she's good at being that. But
I had two substitute teachers like her growing up.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's awful.
I think that's what's the worst thing about her is that she reminds us of somebody
That's
that
fair. Yeah.
has come across our paths at some point. So
she's like pedantic pickiness personified, right? She's just so irritating with how critical she is of everything that everybody does, and that grates on your skin. So I totally understand that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had like grandmothers come at me like that, man, and I just wanted to punch them, and I think that would make me a villain.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Depends on
it's
like
kinda
if
up in the air.
they're making you carve into your own skin, then a little punching is warranted.
Yeah, I guess that could happen. What does that say?
Umbridge is up there with Scar.
Scar, yeah. Scar's a good one. Scar's
a
very
good one. Hades.
Scar was misunderstood.
Hades is one of my
Come on,
favorites,
he just
too.
wanted to be king. He just wanted to be the leader.
He'd also been
Karens.
just shit on his entire life, so
And he was just trying to make a move. I mean, you can't blame him.
No, you know what? No, I'm gonna cut this off right now because you guys keep talking this way, and we're gonna get a Disney Plus show about like Scar and like him being a sympathetic guy, and they're just gonna try to churn out cash. That's what's gonna happen.
You don't.
He's trying to get his.
You don't want
I
a
mean,
Scar's origin story? I do.
kind of already happened though with that one of those straight
to video.
It wasn't Scar, but it was like his.
We want a good
battle.
one.
Yeah.
We want the one with that the guy that produced Moon Knight does. That's the one we want.
Karens are the worst villains. And how do we feel about Negan?
Negan was badass. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
To be honest.
I fell off because of Negan. Negan made me stop watching The Walking Dead. I was so traumatized. I have PTSD right now.
So
I can't even look at a graphic novel cover without
from somebody who never finished The Walking Dead. Like I never got past whatever season it was where they went to the camp and the cannibals and all that. Everything that Negan did. How do you reconcile them trying to redeem his character, I guess? Like make him part of the crew. I never really understood that.
The backstory was kind of rough. Because of him and his, I mean, I don't know how far you want to go down this rabbit hole, but he was just trying to take care of his wife and who was dying and trying to get her medicine and was just pushed to the brink, to the edge. And I mean, I know what extents I would go for the people I love.
That's
so you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. And plus he's so damn cute. How could you hate him? He's so
I
adorable.
mean, Jeopardy Gene Morgan is awesome.
He
So
is
He's
awesome.
so
can't say
cute.
anything wrong
Yeah.
about that.
He's so
Yeah.
cute.
Which she's coming to the boys next year. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I can't comment on The Walking Dead. I haven't got to watch it yet.
I know more of The Walking Dead from the comic. Like I've read all of the comic and I've watched bits and pieces of the show. I know in the comic, like with him with Negan becoming, I guess, good. He doesn't really become good. It's a little more understandable because he was turned into a prisoner, and then he got to watch as like society rebuilt, and they didn't do the fucked up like fascistic things that he did. And so because of that, he was able to like over time be like, okay, I guess I don't want to do these terrible things anymore.
All that fashy stuff. That was just playing around. That was just joking.
Right?
You
I was role playing.
didn't take that seriously, did you?
No, I was kidding.
I mean, they followed the same story arc basically in the TV show as they did in the graphic novels. Other than the fact that he did the fashy stuff, and then he came back, and he still had to go to jail. They still put him, under the house and jailed him out for years. And I think I don't know what the name of the kid was. The daughter of Rick, kind of connected to his heartstrings a little bit, and there was a little bit of a redemption story in there, but I don't think Maggie will ever forgive him.
No,
No, it's not
Not
happening.
so much.
But
so
yeah.
we've got a Homelander's a great villain.
Homelander's
Yes.
the worst.
Homelander is
man.
good. Homelander is I like.
is good.
He's the
Oh my
worst.
gosh.
And
I
I
don't know
love
how-
I love the guy that plays Homelander. I
Yeah,
loved
Anthony
him
Starr.
I loved him in the show, the Banshee show that he did, years ago. He was incredible. But I don't know. He gives me the oogies. I mean, every time I see, and I'm sure he's supposed to.
Yeah.
And why is he not called Mother's Milk? That's what I want.
So in the comic, that character trait was actually one that Mother's Milk did, which is why he got his name. He was. Oh gosh, this is.
There it is.
But then, yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, it's a weird trait. No, Homelander is such a good villain. He's
Yeah.
incredibly compelling, and you get to watch him with those like creepy scenes. Like most recently, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but he has a weird scene where he's talking to himself in the mirror,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
like
That
it's
was such a good scene.
hardcore.
And like especially in the
Giving me
last
the
season,
chills.
man, I mean, like absolutely completely irredeemable, doesn't want to be redeemed, not a shred of goodness, but like you can't help but feel for him a little bit, like the way the world is treated, like everything has happened to him, like a little bit,
Really?
A little bit.
a little bit.
He's,
Like-
I mean, his upbringing must have been super sterile and weird, and he didn't really have anybody that he was close to or any real connections to anyone because they
He had a
did him as science
connection
experiment.
with Elizabeth
Yeah.
Shue,
Wait,
though.
the-
They connected.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that they said that when he was a kid, like he was a sweet, loving kid, and they basically had to break him of that. Like that's horrifying. Like they tortured this kid. Anyway,
Yeah, no, he was terrible, Homelander.
Mhm.
Ooh. All right, so let's lighten it up a little bit. Let's talk about Disney villains for a minute. Only because I really want to just take it up a little happy note or two, an octave of happy. Shannon, since you are my resident Disney nerd, who is it that rings your villain bell?
Hades.
Hercules. I love that.
Whoa, is my hair out?
yeah.
James
Good one.
Woods was
James Woods is
perfect in that role.
Also, a
Epic.
real life villain.
he
Yeah.
was epic in that.
A
role.
real life villain playing a villain. Go figure.
Ursula. Ursula's a good one.
Ursula. Huge. All right,
Ursula.
Nick.
Ursula.
Oh,
Favorite
okay.
Disney villain.
So, I mean, technically Disney owns like all franchises, so I could cop out. And
You
just
could go say
Thanos
Darth,
again,
or-
but I don't want to do
Or
that. That's
Thanos.
so cheap. I know you mean like Disney Productions.
Right,
Ah.
right.
I'm gonna go with Scar. Scar always stuck out to me. Just the
He's
the
a good one.
Shakespearean tragedy of Scar. I think that villain is super captivating. There's something about him that even to this day resonates. I know Jafar was smarter. Jafar had a way better plan.
Jafar is the hero of that story, sir.
Let me tell you something. There is a key thing though. It's the actor who is voice acting that part, Jeremy Irons.
Oh,
Just
amazing.
so good.
Amazing.
I mean, and no matter what. Plus, he also played, Alfred. So there's that.
And the song "Be Prepared" is
Oh,
just like
yeah.
the
The
best
best.
villain song ever.
It is
extremely
pretty
good.
I had to
So
sing that
good.
in middle school choir. It was perfect.
Your choir
Middle
was
school
awesome.
choir. Yeah, right. Your choir director rocked.
We had to sing all the Lion Kings.
All right, Seth. Who do you have?
I'm gonna go back in the day and say that Walt Disney is the nom.
Yeah,
I mean, that's true.
Bob
No.
Iger, I think,
But,
succeeds
okay,
all
all
the
right.
franchises and like the limitations of creativity and creative license.
No, if I like a
Wow.
villain character, I'd say the coachman from Pinocchio, like
Oh, wow.
Good
stealing these
one.
children, like
Off the wall. I like
turning
it.
like changing them against their will, selling them into slavery. Like, damn, that guy's fucked up.
Right?
Yeah.
That was awful.
Really,
You're
really.
there, dude.
I mean, that movie is dark.
It is dark. The ride at Disneyland is super dark.
Somehow less dark than the book, though. Like, the book is a whole nother level.
So my guy, my dude, is okay. I'm just gonna give you a quote and I'll let you guess. Death is the only adventure you have left, boy.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Is that's Treasure Island, isn't it? Is that you talking about the? No. Thinking about Treasure Planet?
I have something in common with this dude.
No, maybe not.
Captain Hook.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay,
too,
gotcha.
but it wasn't clicking right. Oh,
That's hilarious. And I only have one leg, so did Captain Hook. So that's what. Or maybe he had a. Did he have
Captain
both
Hook
legs?
had one hand.
One hand. I fucked
He
up.
Hook.
There's my
Yeah,
phone.
you're thinking about
Boom.
Long John Silver had the one leg.
That's it.
I
Yep.
also.
See, I'll
cast
give
a
you
peg
because
leg on
you
it
guys
in
were
my
missing
mind.
an appendix.
Did you? He should have a peg leg if he doesn't already.
Yeah.
No
a
one
lot
really
of his
knows for
people
sure.
had one leg.
No one knows for sure.
He wasn't a real person.
Who? Captain Hook? Duh.
So there you go.
Never been to Neverland. Hello.
I-
Gosh.
I
The
mean,
Renaissance Fair
the
is
infinite
Neverland.
multiverse. Maybe there is a Captain Hook out there.
He's a pirate, so the peg leg is a
Don't
given.
just dash my dreams like that.
No, Hook is
What's
a
wrong with
good
you?
villain.
What was that?
Hook is a good villain.
I need to unplug that side. Hello. Now I can hear you.
So
You probably have no problems hearing me through
no,
an earplug.
he's a pirate, so the peg leg was a given. Dorian.
Oh, that's Sean. Sean.
And Ray was on here for a little while.
As the villain?
She
She's
did
a
say
villain.
something about villains
Mm.
that.
She can be a villain.
Sorry, I got to go back a little.
Oh, I thought you meant like Ray from Star Wars. I'm like,
No.
No, our Ray.
My Ray.
Our Ray.
Her Ray.
Okay.
Ray. Co-host.
Oh.
She's just working third shift tonight.
The best villains are the ones that have no rhyme or reason. They're just insanely evil, like Bellatrix or the Joker.
Joker, for sure.
And down here a little more, someone said that Bronner is going to hate me, but Batman is the villain.
Who said that?
That's
Amanda?
Calvino.
Buttercup?
Calvino.
I mean, which storyline are we talking? Like, there are a couple where he is.
I don't know.
He
if
does
this
go
person-
over the edge a couple of times, but
This person is a contrarian. Clearly, they are
This is a
commenting
good
just
villain.
as is clickbait.
Yeah.
Batman is not the villain.
but Calvino's
Depends
not
on which
usually a
story.
clickbaiter. I mean, he's usually just pretty intellectual. I don't know what happened this time.
I mean, okay, you can argue like child endangerment with the things with the Robins, and then like keeping a dossier on all his friends for how to take them down. But that's a backup plan in case they go bad, and he has one for
Yeah.
himself too.
That doesn't make him a villain. That just makes
No.
him a little bit
No.
cuckoo.
And
Yeah.
someone proved me wrong
He's a
with
little
the Tim Curry.
touched. Huh?
Someone proved me wrong with the Tim Curry.
Who?
Where
What?
was he not a villain?
Nigel Thornberry.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Well,
I mean,
Nigel Thornberry.
Also with the child endangerment,
Wild
but
thornberries.
Oh.
Good point. Child endangerment. All right. Saving grace. Zarknor.
what?
Yeah, that's Nev.
There you go.
Nev said that.
I don't know what that is.
Nev was a good pull. Nev's one of the personalities on the network that we're currently on, the BSBN. He's a very funny guy. You should check out his show. I think it's Thursday nights after us sometime. Which that's usually
You should
my
know
wife's
this.
department who's going to go through and tell everybody what shows are coming up.
I'm not good.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Sorry.
We're opting out of that
She's
portion
the actress,
of it,
not me.
right? All right. So, what? All right. Give us. Sorry, I kicked my camera. Give us, Nick, the one area, whether you read it or saw it, that just said, "That's my perfect villain moment." I know it's hard to break it down, but whether you saw it or read it or felt it
man.
or whatever, I mean, what if it was the Force? I mean, I don't know, but
The Force? Oh man.
yeah.
Perfect villain moment. I mean, oh
That's
my
tough.
gosh, there's so many good ones. Okay, so the best villains have some sort of connection. They're able to take the hero and connect with them and get under their skin in some way. And so there's these like moments where the villain just reverses the narrative. I'm thinking off the top of my head, Infinity War, when Thor's got the axe into Thanos and he thinks he's won, and Thanos just tells him you should have aimed for the head, and snaps, like turning that around. I'm like, such a good villain moment.
That was good.
But also in the same right, like Darth Vader, when he tells Luke, like, no, I'm your father, in The Empire Strikes Back, you have that reversal moment.
Mhm.
Watching the villain crush the
Chills.
hopes of the hero is such like, that's good villainy.
Yeah.
So those moments stick out to me.
And it has to be also kind of in two parts, because it's the villain's moment, but it's also the reaction of the hero
Yes.
that is just equally as powerful in those moments. Like, just the look on Luke's face was like, you got to be freaking kidding me right now. He
Yeah.
was literally melting in front of our faces, and that
it's
was
like-
just not plastic surgery. I
Yeah.
mean, it was really
so
melting.
much more is done in a few words than like anything they could have done physically. Just like, here's a sentence that levels you as a
Yeah,
person.
love
So
that.
good.
Yeah, it gave me chills. All right, Seth, top that.
Oh god. That is
was
a
deep.
really difficult question. Honestly, the only thing that's coming to mind is probably just because I watched it again pretty recently. Arcane on Netflix. Silco.
So good.
Yeah, I absolutely I adore the character Silco, and I anyway, the last scene, I don't want to spoil though. It's a pretty new show. Spoiler warning: if you don't want to hear it, turn off your mic. Fine. Uh, but the
Plug your
last
ears.
scene, I'll be a little vague. The last scene with him, where he basically, like, he's been reshaping one of the characters for quite some time by actually showing her respect and care and love in his own, twisted sort of way. And when he just cements that at the very end, even though he is completely helpless, he doesn't, he has been rendered helpless. He's out of tricks. He's out of everything else. he doesn't try to go after the hero where you think he might try to like weasel his way forward. Instead, he just uses his like the last thing he can do to absolutely cement one of the characters' complete downfall, and it was already coming, but he just completely drives in that last nail, and it was just such a powerful scene. I love that.
Yeah.
Great show. If you haven't seen it, you should watch that show. It's amazing.
Extremely good.
I know the scene you're talking about. Oh my gosh, such a good scene. And you're right, because like at that point, based on what she did, I don't want to give spoilers either. Like she could have gone either way.
Yep. And it was set up.
What he says kind of casts her in like what she has to do from there on.
Yep.
Out.
Yep. he takes the opportunity the other character doesn't, and it just completely like drives the stake in, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm. All right, Shan, top that.
I think still the greatest villain moment was Scar and Mufasa.
Just kicking them off the ledge.
Just
Let's say long live the king.
Destroying childhoods.
Yeah.
Teaching a generation of kids that dad's gonna die someday.
Oh my god.
that killed me. I remember I was probably 8 when that came out. That was one of the first things I can remember seeing in the movie theaters and just watching that happen. I was like, this is Disney. How?
Once again,
Right.
Disney being the villain, tricking kids into liking
False
Lion
sense
Hamlet.
false sense of security?
Yeah, too.
The Hunter and Bambi. There you go. That was good too.
The shot heard around the world.
Oh God!
I was like, why are people crying? It's supper time.
See, when I think of that, then I think of my cousin Vinny. You know, sitting there drinking.
Fox and the Hound, we can't go there.
Oh,
Copper.
please don't.
Killed me. I haven't
That's
watched
rough.
that. I watched that
That's rough.
once as a kid, and I haven't watched it since because I cried too much.
Yeah, no.
It's
I haven't seen
rough.
it since I
That's
was
rough.
a kid either. I just
Yeah.
I can't do it because it's an awful movie.
can't.
It was a horrible movie. All of the Disney classic movies
This
suck,
is why we're not related.
right?
It's probably true.
Marriage.
I'm just not a big fan of old school Disney movies, and they're
yeah, I
just
know.
horrible.
Except for Sleeping
Insert-
Beauty.
Horrible singing here.
And too
I
long
mean,
intros.
there's some gems in there. Like I love the old Robin Hood movie, like the classic Disney Robin Hood. It's a great movie.
Oodle Alley.
It's a great movie.
It mostly
Prince
holds
John,
up and doesn't
good
have
villain.
a whole bunch of
I mean,
problematic stuff in it.
they
so,
pretty
like,
much cut all
Robin
of it.
Hood's a fox.
What's wrong with
Because he was a fox.
that?
Boom.
We had a Disney episode, and I raked on Robin Hood like almost the entire episode. So I go out to the deck afterwards, right? And I've got Shannon's dad coming out there with a Robin Hood mug, drinking his coffee or beer or whatever he had in it, but just telling me with his eyes that he's going to kill me.
It was
And
the.
I felt that. At that point, he was the best villain I've ever seen.
And he's got those piercing blue eyes.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah, he could be a great villain.
for sure.
Is he a White Walker? Is that
Yes.
Oh my god, he
Okay.
is.
Ultimate
God.
villain.
shit?
The two.
Yes.
Oh, what the hell are the names? D&D. They're the villains of the story. The
Say
Damien.
again?
Oh shoot, the two writers on the Game of Thrones show,
Oh,
or the not writers, the showrunners.
Cersei. Someone
Anyway.
mentioned Cersei. She's a good villain.
She is a good villain.
She was a great
She's
villain.
a good villain.
I liked
her
it especially
brother.
when she was her villaininess was walking through
Oh,
all naked and
shame.
shame.
stuff. That was
Shame.
horrible. She was a horrible villain at that point.
You know she
Very
had a body
perky
double,
villain.
right? That wasn't really her. That was body double.
I'm
Oh.
sure, yeah.
That perky body double though.
Yes, it was.
It was very perky. All right, so my What was my question again?
Are we doing favorite quote?
No,
Oh.
no, the one that everybody's answered except for me. Oh, the
Oh,
moment.
Villain moment, yeah.
Okay, the villain moment. My favorite
Squirrel.
villain moment. Um, I don't remember. Otherwise, I would recite the entire moment. But it was when Anthony Hopkins was in his cell, and Clarice or Jodie Foster came down, and they started talking about the story um, of when she was on the farm. And I just thought, like, oh my God, this guy is just taking her and just twisting her into like really what she become. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if anyone has seen it on the panel. Has everyone seen it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Recently,
All right.
yes.
So like when she was basically like just shaking and like going through the darkness when she was chasing Bill, right? She's like going through the darkness and just the tear and the terror and fear on her face.
Mhm.
He made her that way.
Uh,
You know, I don't think she was that way before that. You know, he kind of like tapped into her psyche and just totally did a good old fuck job on her. I mean, really messed her up bad.
that
But that was my moment. I was like, man, that was brilliant.
that might be
It
the
was
best villain performance. of
It
mine.
really
oh, like overall
Yeah,
performance.
it's
That,
Hannibal
overall
Lecter.
performance.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That works there too.
that works
I mean,
really good.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
just-
Just amazing. Like horrific.
Yeah.
Right?
That's also
I
a
had
good-
never seen it, and then my husband made me watch it, and I was like, all right, whatever. Oh, wow. What did I miss?
Right?
and that kind of fits with like what I was saying with like the reversal, right? Because like
Mhm.
at that point in time, Clarice was going down there. She's supposed to be probing him for information. She's
Right.
supposed to be working her like
And
psychology magic on him, and the whole time like he flips it and
Right.
instead turns it into like a complete psychological, devolution of her. Um, Incredible and so
Mhm.
well acted.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't he? I think he got an Academy Award. At least
Oh yeah,
that
he did.
movie
He
got
did.
Best Picture.
I'm pretty sure he got an
Um,
Academy Award for that.
I'm pretty sure he did, and deservedly so. So
Agreed.
definitely a fabulous
Yeah.
individual.
he got-
All right. So what about honorable mentions? Like people that don't necessarily, come to mind automatically as a villain, but someone goes, "Oh, was a great villain." Anything come to mind in that? I should at least put a couple questions out there so that you guys could do some research, but I like being a little bit off the cuff.
Spontaneous.
Yeah.
Well, then
I-
you start.
I do like spontaneity or spontaneity.
I'm the host. I don't have to start.
I
Wait, let
think
me
I
pick
got
someone
one.
to start.
You haven't started
So-
Go
yet.
for it.
That's right.
So this is definitely, and I'm keep going to throwbacks, but I love classic cinema. This one works more in context if you know like the actors, which a lot of people probably not familiar with, but just because it's old. But Once Upon a Time in the West, uh, fantastic western. If you like westerns, one of the best ones ever. In the opening scene, the bandits hit this farmstead on the prairie. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, it's not anything groundbreaking. And they just go through. They kill everybody. And at the very end, just before the titles roll, uh, a kid runs out the door and is running across the yard, trying to get out. And you haven't seen this guy's face yet. And like it pans up slowly behind him, and you see him lift a pistol, and he shoots this kid in the back, just like nothing, just shoots him in the back. And the camera comes around, and you see it's Henry Fonda, which Henry Fonda
Wow.
had been up to that point, like the ultimate good guy actor.
Right.
Like, yeah, just he had always been the hero. He'd always been the good guy. So seeing him, in that cold, just like emotionless state, and just killing for killing's sake. Oh, did we lose?
Nope.
Oh,
We're
here
there. We're good.
Okay, I didn't see Bronner for a second. Anyway, yeah, just seeing him show up and like watching this guy that had been the hero in so many things play this just menacing psychopath. Like
Yeah.
I love that.
Pretty shocking. I like that. Good example. All right, what do you got?
Who wants the hot
Well, I'm
potato?
gonna probably agree with most of these comments. Doctor Evil, because he's just
That Dr. Evil?
really,
I mean,
really
yeah.
you.
No.
How is that? Ooh, $1,000. Okay.
$1 million.
1 million.
1 million. Okay, we make $1 trillion a year. That's the thing. I mean, come on.
He's a good parody of a Bond villain.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
perfect.
perfect
Mike
parody of a Bond.
Myers
yeah.
is amazing at it, and I think there's supposed to be a new one coming out.
Oh God, is
Oh,
there really?
let's hope
I
not.
think.
Uh,
I know that
Gotta
Mike
make more
Myers is supposed to be
money.
coming out with something new, and I want to say
Gotta
that
make
That
more
ship
money.
has
another one of
sailed.
those.
Spaceballs, the sequel.
Oh God,
I'm down. I'm
that's
totally
a
down.
good one.
I
That's a
would be
good
too.
villain.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Something
Nick,
about
you got one?
villains. Yeah, I got. Okay, I've got a few.
The question mark.
Um, if you've ever watched BoJack Horseman,
Oh man.
Uh,
That's yeah.
BoJack is kind of his own worst enemy, and I think that like the driving antagonistic force in that entire series is himself and the things that he does. He
Yep.
has reasons for doing them. I'm not going to spoil them. Also, disclaimer: if you're at home and you're watching this right now, if you're going to watch BoJack Horseman, just make sure that you're in a very sound mental state because it is very depressing.
It
Very,
is.
very
It is.
depressing.
Wow.
Like, yeah. The
Outside
penultimate
of
episode
that-
is God so good.
Yeah. Oh, also, if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Dennis Reynolds is an incredible villain. Dennis is by far a sociopath. His antics drive probably like 75% of their plots because he's just like so narcissistic and terrible, but it's very funny. And the other one I'm going to say is actually a weird one. Blue or Gary, if you've watched the anime from Pokemon. And I'm going to say this for like one reason. If you play the games, so Gary, Blue, whatever you want to call him, is the only rival that's actually mean to you. And like when you're a kid and you're playing that and you're going to bat, you're playing Pokemon battles with this dude, and he's just a fucking jerk and you hate him. It motivates you so much to be like, I'm gonna train my Pokemon harder because screw you, Gary, you're not gonna win. And then like that was great. And then for some reason Nintendo decided that like, oh, we can't have the rival be a jerk anymore. And now he's like your best friend. He's just there alongside, like giving you pats on the back, being like, you can do it, buddy. We'll both be the champion. No, Gary. No, we won't.
Right?
Screw you, Gary.
They snowflaked Gary. Dang.
Okay, we got a couple
Little
of chats too.
whitewash. What do we got in the chat?
So Calvino says Thrax from Osmosis Jones.
Okay.
Anybody?
Alright.
Anybody?
That's interesting.
And
Not bad.
Nymph says Smeagol.
Okay.
Yeah. Smeagol's great.
Smeagol's good.
I don't know if he's a villain though.
Gollum would be the
Gollum
villain,
would
right?
be, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing because it depends on
It's a
which
duality.
mindset he's in.
Yeah.
Because he is.
Right. Because Smeagol was.
Smeagol was the good,
Smeagol was kind of
whereas
manipulative.
Gollum
Though.
was the
That's true.
evil.
That's true.
I mean, Smeagol had a little bit of manipulation going on.
I think the
Smeagol was
character-
more of a victim, yes.
Yeah, but the character in its entirety serves an antagonistic role in the story, so I see where they're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The dog on old school Nintendo Duck Hunt.
I don't know
Who
how
was
many
that
times I tried to
from?
shoot that dog.
I don't know who that is, but that's hilarious.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's an awesome.
Law Brady or L.A. Brady.
Oh, it's L.A.
Oh, LA,
Okay.
yeah.
LA.
Nice.
Yep, the dog from
See?
Nintendo.
She
Yeah.
would have been fun on the show next time.
We'll have to do a villains continued.
Yeah. I
Part
mean, it's
two.
so much.
Yeah, I mean,
so
there's
much to talk
so
about.
many to unpack.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And there's so many different areas, levels, movies. 'Cause, I mean, you could go with Quick and the Dead.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Gene Hackman. Oh,
Yep. Oh, that's Unforgiven.
No, Quick
No,
and the
it's
Dead
Quick and
was
the Dead.
Gene
No,
Hackman.
Gene Hackman was. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Was he also in
I
The
know
Quick
I've
and the
seen it.
Dead?
Yeah, he was Leonardo DiCaprio's dad.
I was just
Oh
about to
shit,
say,
he was.
good job.
I completely forgot. But I was thinking about Gene Hackman in Unforgiven, where he's the sheriff
Right.
that kills Morgan Freeman.
Right.
He's a good villain. Gene
Yeah, he
Hackman's
is, he
good
is.
at what he does.
Excellent villain.
On either side, he's just a really good actor.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite coaches ever in a sports movie, which we don't have anything to do with in the nerd community, but I love sports movies. So
What movie was that?
the Hoosiers.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Huh.
Too much information. Brain break.
All right.
Villains, the redemption
So-
arc.
I like I have a propensity for psychopaths and serial killers. That's why I like, Hannibal Lecter and all. But you can pretty much take any, CSI, any Criminal Minds, and unpack any of those, especially if they did more than one episode, like if they did 2 back-to-back episodes on some of these characters. As long as you are like really sick individual and you really really have a passion for hurting people, those are the ones that I'm drawn to, not because I want to hurt people, because I want to help in battling those people. But those are the ones that make the most compelling villains to me, because they're so unassuming. You don't see them coming. They could be the guy that handed you your latte. You never know where it's coming from. And that's the scary part to me, is that you just never know. When you see a guy with a big top hat with voodoo necklace that's in The Princess and the Frog, hey, that dude's a villain, right?
Dr. Facilier.
But when the guy
Yeah.
goes, "Have a nice day, here's your latte," you don't go, "Oh, that guy's gonna kill me later." So those are the ones that get my goat all the time.
Dr.
Oh,
Facilier.
Speaking of top hats,
Yeah, Dr. Facilier, that's his name.
William.
That's the
What's his name? From the Gangs of New York.
William Dafoe. No, he's
No,
not William Dafoe.
Will.
No.
Willem.
The butcher.
Bill
Yeah,
the Butcher.
yeah.
Oh
I'm trying
yeah,
to think of his
Daniel
first name
Day-Lewis.
is-
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bill the Butcher.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Bill
Bill
the
the
Butcher.
Butcher. Yeah.
Yeah,
got the
Daniel
Butcher
Day. I
Daniel
love him.
Day-Lewis. He is also an amazing actor.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't do many things.
Isn't he the
No.
like? Doesn't he have
Oh
the,
my
the
God.
most Oscars of any actor?
Oh, I'm sure he
He's only done, like,
does.
20 movies.
He's pretty compelling guy. But the one that I like is The Last of the Mohicans. No matter
That's a
how
good
far, I will find you. He wasn't a good actor there.
Oh, wait,
He found himself after that.
wasn't he also in My Left Foot? Was that somebody else?
Yeah, no, he was in My Left Foot.
That was rough. Yeah.
But he was in like There Will Be Blood. I mean, he was in a lot
Yes.
of like
Down was good.
That was a
Like,
good movie.
really
Good
intense
slow burn.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in 24 movies.
Yeah.
But good for him.
Well, because
very
he's such a
lucky.
character actor that
Mm-hmm.
he just
Super.
dives in so hard that he can only do so many movies.
Yeah.
Like Heath Ledger, that was one of
Mhm.
his things, is that he did the same thing and he dived so far into the Joker.
yeah.
He just
it
went too
ruined him.
far.
Couldn't climb.
And
his
while
way
he was
back
doing
out.
Dr. Parnassus at the same time, he just couldn't come back out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why he
talking
didn't
about-
finish Parnassus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Right,
method
just
acting.
finishing.
Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis is like, rumor
Serious.
has it he's the most method of method actors, and he just like becomes the character.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I have to really wonder about, because like if he's going to a Starbucks, is he still like whatever
No,
labs
like,
that
there
he's
are
supposed to
stories
be?
about-
But when he
There's
goes to a
stories.
Starbucks character like that,
Yeah, I
No.
mean, people
we
need
didn't have
coffee.
Starbucks back then.
Then you also have like Jared Leto, the method actor.
That was
Wait, are we bagging on Jared?
Yes.
Don't bag on Jared.
Jared bags on Jared.
Can we please?
oh, he
Oh
was
my
just
gosh!
awful.
I was granted the greatest gift ever. So I logged onto Netflix to go watch something
Oh,
better.
Morbius is on Netflix.
Morbius is on Netflix. So
Okay, not
please
gonna lie,
go
I
ahead
like
and
that.
hate watch it, everybody.
It's
Everybody at home,
Sorry, I
Morbin
like
go
that.
time.
hate watch Morbius.
I liked it.
Okay,
I didn't like him as
let's
the
go.
Joker. I didn't like Requiem for a
What,
Dream.
Requiem?
but
What's a great movie?
No,
Requiem for a Dream was a great movie.
it
Great movie.
ruined Jennifer Connelly for me, and that
Uh,
bothered me.
I mean,
I don't. It didn't ruin
Labyrinth
her
is
for
one
me.
of my movies. That was awful.
She's still hot.
Labyrinth? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Labyrinth is fantastic.
yeah,
right,
Labyrinth is
but
She
really
was-
good.
she was the
she
girl.
was she was the lead
Yeah.
role in
Yeah,
that.
she's not
and she was in
fantastic.
She was-
Requiem.
No, I mean, she was like,
It's-
what, she was like 16 or something. Like, she was
16.
really long. You're
Yeah,
really
she
young.
was like
I mean,
16
Jennifer
in
Connelly is
Labyrinth.
great. We're not talking
Yeah.
about her. We're talking about Jared Leto.
Yeah, he's
No,
awful.
It's the same person.
But I liked Morbius. I don't know why.
I,
No,
I
I
don't know
liked.
why.
I liked it. Okay. I mean, I didn't hate it. I
He was
did
an
like
awful
Suicide
Joker.
Squad. I just
Yeah,
didn't
he
like
was
his
horrible.
Joker.
No.
I didn't like his
Horrible Joker.
Yeah, no, was not
Those
on
He
teeth.
was
board with
thug.
Suicide
That
Squad
just-
at all.
He was
But
thug.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad, that shit was tight.
Good. I
Yes.
mean, just having Peacemaker alone come out of
Yeah,
that was
which
just enough for me.
Peacemaker, that series is so good.
So good.
Yes.
If you like The Boys, watch Peacemaker
Mhm.
because
Okay, I'll write that.
it's the same vein, in the
It's
same vein
extremely
kind of thing.
I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, just watch the intro, the theme song on a loop, and you're good.
And I could do that. I
That's
literally
nothing.
can do that. It is so catchy and so good. But yeah, I love Gunn. I think Gunn has got a really
Yep.
good perspective on things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
Titans
cool
Go
stuff.
made fun of Leto. It was awesome.
Who said that?
Calvino.
I'm gonna,
Calvino, you're like the bearer of bad news today.
I'm gonna give Jared Leto like one compliment, and that's that man is like 50 years old, and he looks like he's like 28.
I mean,
But
they
he
all
has like a cult, and probably is like drinking infant blood. So, you know.
But he
I mean,
he,
Paul
he also
Rudd
can
is
sing.
like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love his band.
He's got a
Yeah.
he's got a great
Really
band.
good.
I mean,
Just
Ryan
stick
Reynolds is
to
in his-
that.
they're all just like
Stay
old.
off the screen.
It's all the adrenochrome.
See, I'm old, but I look great too. I just want to throw that out. I just keep telling myself that I look good for my age.
You do look good for your age.
Maybe not.
I'm gonna assume you do, but I don't. know
Well,
what your age
you're a
is.
great grandpa.
I'm as old as that last person you mentioned.
You're
Jared Leto.
50.
I'm over 50.
Oh, then you look great. 'Cause
All right,
you-
thank
I
you.
wouldn't have
See?
assumed that. Yeah.
Told you.
Thank you. And that's why you're part of CCtv, Nick.
Yeah!
amazing.
See, at least
Yeah,
you're just old enough to be my dad, but not my grandpa.
Don't listen to what people say. Flattery gets you everywhere.
That's right. It does with me.
Brown
just make
knows
you
your way to the
coffee.
top, kids.
Yes. It works for politics. It can work here too. All right.
Totally kidding.
Peacemaker's fantastic.
All right, so-
Peacemaker's awesome.
What were you saying?
You do Bronner. Peacemaker's fantastic.
Yes, we knew that.
Peacemaker is the only DC series that I like so far.
That's fair.
Oh, come on. Titans was great. The first
Yeah.
two seasons. The first two
Uh,
seasons was great.
I think Titans
Your
is
mom says you do Bronner.
Huh?
Your mom says you do Bronner.
I do what?
Bronner. With an exclamation mark.
Whatever that
You
means.
do, Bronner. Oh, look
Actually,
good. Probably from my
oh.
age.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, what era are we talking about?
Bronner's so hot.
There are some, like, we're talking about the Batman animated series, like, that's amazing.
Which one?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm talking about the recent live action Titans.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
okay.
really good.
All right.
Give it a chance if
Oh,
you
shit.
haven't.
Can we revise our answers? Can I just go and say Mark Hamill as the Joker and just like
Oh,
every
yeah.
Mic drop right there.
All
pass,
questions.
I win.
All
I put up a
questions.
screensaver and just walk
All
off.
hail Nick. All hail Nick.
Oh, man. Yeah. God, Under the Red Hood with, oh, geez, that was so
Oh,
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger Joker.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No,
it's not
Jack
on the same
Nicholson.
level. It's
I
not
will
the
say,
same level.
I actually kind of
Listen.
like Jack Nicholson's Joker better, but
Than
a little
Heath
bit, a little
Ledger?
bit. It's a totally different Joker though. It's a completely different.
Totally
They're all
different.
different.
Yeah.
I was taught that there are different universes, and that's why
Yeah.
there's different ones. So I had to learn that the hard
I'll
way.
be honest, like this might be unpopular opinion time. I'm not a fan of The Dark Knight. I don't like that movie very much. I think it's because the third act, well, more like fourth act, just completely sunk it for me. The stuff with Two Face, just nah, out of it.
That one was hard.
Yeah.
And I was not a huge Christian Bale
Oh, you wanna kill me?
fan.
Word of me.
Has anyone ever seen the parody, the Dark Knight parody, where
Oh,
it's
that's
just Heath Ledger's character and Batman going at it, and he's punching them, and he's like, "Why are you trying to kill me?"
I don't think I've seen that one.
Watch it; it's hilarious. It's like
Uh,
20 minutes. You don't even want to get back because it's that good.
I think I saw the Bane parody.
No, you got to
That
watch
was
this
pretty
one.
funny.
Which also speaking of DC shows, the Harley Quinn animated series.
Animated show is really good.
So
Oh,
good.
I have to watch that
incredible.
one. I keep
It
hearing
is really, really good.
it looks
It's
good. It's
so
Harley Quinn
Sylvester
and Ivy,
Stallone's
right?
character in Suicide Squad is totally the same character as in the Harley Quinn animated series. I mean, they just are the same guy. I don't know if he plays the same guy, but it feels like it.
Oh, DC makes terrible movies.
yeah, King Shark. Damn.
King
I was,
Shark. Yeah,
I was, I
sorry.
was lost for a second there, but yeah, no, absolutely. Well, no,
But
I mean,
Sylvester Stallone, I think, did the movie,
yeah, he did.
but I really think that maybe I just hear it that
Uh,
way.
if King Shark from the movie had been more socialized and was kind of a nerd, they had kind of they had kind of a similar like aloof like childishness to him. So I
Yeah,
guess
A little bit ago, Calvino said Bronner's so hot.
Bronner's so hot.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Stop making his head bigger.
My big head
It's
bigger.
not gonna fit.
I have a
dollway.
bobblehead that's Batman,
It's got a big head.
custom made for me. Yeah,
You'll have to show it one of these days.
one of these days I'll break it out again. All right, so that's about it for us. It's 8:30, so the bell's tolling. I'm just going to give you kind of a little bit of a rundown of what we got going on. Stay tuned. We're going to probably rage over into somebody's show right after this. So if you're in the chat, we're going to just rage you right over to Great Big Bear, and we've got BSBN gaming tonight, so they're going to play something fun. I don't know what they're going to do. I think last time they were on a raft. You're playing raft again? Okay, so they're playing raft again. So that should be good times had by all. Tomorrow night, we have Dinks with Kings. Then we have Femboy Friday. I'm sorry, Hope. It's Femboy something Fridays. Freaky Femboy Fridays, I think is what it's called. I'm doing all this by memory, by the way. After that, I'm not really sure if there's anything after that. Tonight, there's also um, Zarknor After Dark, I think, is tonight after gaming. So stay tuned for that. He's super hilarious. And I think I'm just going to stop there while I'm ahead. I know Shep's got a new show on Saturday. And you got some Nana and Pep Pep and Miko show on Saturday. And Sunday is Nana and Pep Pep. We got lots of good shit going on BSPN. I don't know it because that's usually my wife's job. So please forgive me, all of you, that I didn't,
But we are
say.
thinking of you.
But we are thinking of you. And everyone, stay tuned. And we would like to thank our guests this evening. We have Seth, and we have Nick, and we have Shannon. And I'm Bronner for ConCarolinas Television. We will see you guys all next week for episode number 31, I believe. So, peace and love. And that's what we do. And we love you. So,
later.
say bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.